Hi, I'm Ryan from Kamloops, British Columbia, and this is Ryan from Kamloops. Welcome, Kamloops, to episode 17 of Ryan from Kamloops. It's positivity time. Right off the bat. Do you hear that? It's a brand new theme song created for the show by Coach JP Lancaster from last week's episode. JP is not only a great football coach, but he's also an accomplished musician. I joked around with him last week that he should write me a new theme song, as the one I had been using is just the generic song that I use off my editing software. Well, to my great surprise, he actually did it. Now we have an original theme song for Ryan from Kamloops by an actual local Kamloops artist. Thanks, JP, so much. If you want to write me a song for a future episode, or get me a hat to wear, or send me a background picture, I sure would be grateful. Just like I'm grateful today for Sherry Balachinoff. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering it. But Sherry has provided this week's background picture. I'm always excited to have a new contributor to the show, so thank you so much to Sherry. All right, let's get the show on the road. I mentioned last week that this week's show was going to be episode 17, Barber Edition. I did have some recommendations for barbers to go to for my haircut this week, but I already had one in mind. I actually have two barbers on the show today. My barber Lana from a Little Off the Top barbershop in Sahalee, and Kevin from The Barber on the North Shore. But I wanted to start off a little bit differently today. The top story this week is loyalty. After joining up with me to make episode 1 all the way now to episode 17, I definitely feel a loyalty to Jess from the House of Misfit. Jess comes on each week to highlight what's going on around Kamloops in the world of arts and entertainment. I would highly recommend anyone going into the House of Misfit and introducing yourself to Jess. You won't regret it. Well, here she is now, Jess from Kamloops.
Thanks, Ryan. Hey, everyone. It is Jess from House of Misfit back to tell you about what is going on in Kamloops this week. First up, on May 28th, Mother, Son, and Sam Tudor are playing the Effie Arts Collective. That is at 7 p.m. Tickets are $20 on Eventbrite, and it is all ages, so you can bring the kiddos. Then on May 30th, also at the Effie Arts Collective, we have the Farewell Tommy show with Tommy Carson and the Soundwriters. Local musician Tommy Carson is leaving Kamloops, so they're having a little farewell show for him. Tickets are $15 at the door, or pay what you can, and doors are at 6:30. And then May 30th and 31st, we have the Terminator Weekend with Drunk in a Graveyard and the Kamloops Film Society at the Paramount. Both shows start at 7, and you can get more information and tickets at thekfs.ca. Also, May 30th, 31st, and June 1st, so that's all weekend. It's the Kamloops Galaxy Psychic and Crystal Fair. That is at the Doubletree by Hilton. Start times vary. The Friday is 2 p.m. and then Saturday, Sunday it starts at 11. Admission's about $10. And yeah, that's all I got for you this week. Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks, Jess. If you have an event you'd like featured on the Arts and Entertainment segment, please reach out. Let us know. Get involved. We're here to help. Okay, back to the top story, loyalty. Lana from a Little Off the Top barbershop has been my barber since I was around 14 or 15 years old, when she was just starting out her career. I feel a great loyalty to her as my barber. Does anyone else feel like this? Like, if she's sick or on vacation and I have to go to someone else, I almost feel like I'm cheating on her, and so I really try not to. I've been very lucky to have a consistent person cutting my hair for, well, let's just say a while. I've been a loyal customer of hers. I've been following her around to a couple different shops she's worked at in town since we met. I would even grow out my hair and wear a hat while I lived in Edmonton until I could come home for a visit and a haircut. Well, Lana owns her own barbershop now, and I couldn't be happier for her. Here she is with me from a Little Off the Top barbershop in Sahalee, Lana from Kamloops. Thanks, Ryan. I am here at A Little Off the Top Barbershop with my barber, Lana. Lana, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks for having me on your show.
Of course. This week, it's barber edition of the show, and the top story is loyalty. And I feel a loyalty to you as my barber. Like I mentioned, I've gone around town, followed you to different places, but now you own this place. Couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you.
So I wanted to highlight you and let people know about you, and hopefully they'll come up and meet you and get a haircut. But what can you maybe tell Kamloops? Why do we think it's important to have a good, loyal barber in Kamloops?
Well, I think we have created a really comfortable, positive vibe shop here.
I agree.
Thank you. It's a very welcoming space for all of the people that work here. You'll have a great conversation, a great haircut, and leave feeling confident.
I certainly will today.
Thank you. Yes, you had a lot cut off today.
Yeah, it was like a month there, I think, of just growing the top, thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, but had to get rid of it. And we mentioned earlier, we talked a little off the air about bringing kids in too, right? My son Cooper's been coming to see you since he was 1.
Yes, it's been wonderful to watch him grow.
So we would recommend bringing kids in, come in like if you're a dad or a mom, bring your kid in and get a haircut.
We do a lot of everyone from first haircuts all the way to seniors.
Excellent.
And they all get treated the same. They get treated with respect and kindness all the time.
I love it. So let's come down or up, depending on, I guess, where you live. I had to come up from Brock and come see Lana at A Little Off the Top Barbershop in Sahali, right across from Earl's here. And yeah, I guess that's all we have for today.
Thank you, Ryan. I actually have a couple of t-shirts here for you and for Cooper.
Some t-shirts.
Yes, I don't have hats, but I do have t-shirts.
I love it. So I will be wearing this for the rest of the show. So with that being said, let's send it back to Ryan. Thanks again to Lana.
Thank you, Ryan.
Back to you, Ryan.
Bye.
Thanks, Lana, so much for coming on the show and for being a great barber to me all these years, as well as a really good friend who has always been very supportive and encouraging to me. Please, everyone, go get a haircut at A Little Off the Top Barbershop at number 920 1210 Summit Drive. It's in the same parking lot as Earl's. You may just see me up there. Thank you again, Lana. All right, it is Barber Edition, and I met a new barber last week named Kevin. He just recently opened up his own shop on the North Shore, and I saw that he was in search of 2 more barbers to come work at the shop with him. So I decided to pop in and introduce myself and see if he'd like to come on the show and introduce himself to all of you. Well, he said yes, so here he is, Kevin from Kamloops.
Hi, my name's Kevin. I am the owner of The Barber here on 394 Tranquille down in Kamloops, BC. I've opened up shop about 11 weeks ago. My vision here is to provide the community with a quality service at a very reasonable price. Currently I am looking for a barber, looking for 2 more barbers. Hopefully I could find some people with their own clientele, local from town. Or I'm also looking for barbers who are just highly skilled, who are just getting to town, and I can share some clientele with them and grow the barbershop together. Basically I started my career because I personally was tired of getting bad haircuts and started doing my own hair. I was lucky to have a 21-year-old son who I've been cutting his hair since he was born. That was a lot of fun for me. And then I was lucky and I ran into the owner of Straight Eights about 6 years ago, and she was wonderful and trained me how to become a professional barber, and taught me about professional tools and how to treat our customers and different things like that. And since then I've worked at almost every barbershop in town, and it was about time that I did my own thing, so here I am, and I'm here to stay, and I can't wait to meet you all.
Thanks, Kevin. If you need a haircut on the North Shore, please go see Kevin at 394 Tranquille Road. And if you're a barber looking for a spot or know someone who is, please let Kevin know. Thanks again, Kevin, and good luck. All right, it's top 5 time, everyone. I had a suggestion, and it kind of fits in with the theme this week of the top story of loyalty. Top 5 Canadians named Ryan. I am a Ryan, so I suppose I should be loyal to the name. All right, number 5, me, Ryan from Kamloops. All right, I'm being positive that one day I'll earn this spot on the list. Number 4, co-star of one of my favorite Canadian shows growing up. Let me know in the comments if you remember the TV show The Odyssey, Ryan Reynolds. All jokes aside, if you guys haven't seen Welcome to Wrexham yet, do yourselves a favor. It actually was very encouraging and inspiring to me in my creation of Ryan from Kamloops and my vision for how our city can come together. Hashtag SpoolMac 2026. Number 3, you know him, you love him. He was also on a Canadian TV show called Breaker High, Ryan Gosling. You guys remember that one, right? Number 2, Catherine Ryan, aka Klondike Kate. She owned several restaurants, was the first woman hired by the Northwest Mounted Police, who then went on to be a special inspector searching for smuggled gold. Klondike Kate Ryan. Give her a Google. And my number 1 Canadian with the name Ryan is Thomas F. Ryan. This guy was a man who introduced Canada to 10-pin bowling. He then went on to invent 5-pin bowling. I used to bowl not only at RV Lanes, which is now Falcon Lanes, but also up at the Strike Zone. Who remembers that place? I miss it. Now that is a cool Ryan. All right, that's it for the top 5 this week. Thanks to Lisa on Instagram for the topic. Who's your favorite Ryan? Do you have a suggestion for a future top 5? Let me know in the comments. And that's going to be it for this week's show. My thanks to Jess, Lana, and Kevin. Go get a haircut at a Little Off the Top barbershop or the barber, and then go pick out something fun at the House of Misfit and say hi to Jess for me. Please reach out if you would like to be on the show or know someone who should. I'm looking for as many positive Kamloopsians as possible from as many different communities as you can imagine. I'll see everyone back here next week for episode 18. Until then, look for the positivity in your life. Knowledge is power, and kids are the future. Bye, everyone.